about the Andromedan perspective on the concept of time, Morone said, we use or employ 9 mutually interchangeable coordinates, 6 of space and 3 of time. Please, what do they do with these coordinates? And actually, yeah, this sounds like a really interesting subject. Do you want to expand a bit on what the question was about?
Well, the coordinates have to do with their geographical location of where they are in 5th density time and space. And when it relates to coming here to 3rd density, to coordinates of time and space. The 3 of time is past, present, and future. Now you would think, well, why would that matter? Well, it matters because they come from the future. Okay, so they have to be very careful about how they approach us, how they approach our time, when and where, and they pick specific times and places where the interference will be absolutely negligible on the future of the planet. Because they would be responsible for changing our future. And they're not willing to do that unless they absolutely have to. Now, that being said, the other star nations that are also coming in, those that are from 3rd density, those that are from 4th, they're coming from a different time and a different space. Those coming from 5th, they exactly do the same thing. Now, because of all of the interaction between 4th, 5th, and those who come from those time periods and those different spaces of time and frequency that are on the Earth herself, the planet, us, all of us. This is part of the reason we are merging into 4th density. There's been so much interaction that we are drawing ourselves to this higher frequency because it's our natural state of being. Our natural state of being is to reach for a higher frequency, to reach for God, to reach for the Creator. Because in an intuitive sense, within our higher selves, that we, for the most part, are not daily conscious of, we constantly are reaching for that higher purpose, for that higher essence, that higher frequency. Okay, so it's innate in us. And the interaction, the intervention, even from some of the regressives, they have helped, stir this yearning inside of us to reach for something higher. I'm going to have to ask for permission to spell that out next time I see and talk to M. Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you so much for that. It's been a while since I visited that. I'm going to have to go back to my notes.
You're a bit rusty on the old metaphysics, huh?
I'm definitely a little rusty. You betcha. Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yeah, but to stay away from the aluminum.
The what?
Aluminum. I'm
what?
trying to say it. Aluminium. Aluminium.
It's funny you mentioned that. I watched a video of a doctor from Wales who talked about a clinic that they have over there in Europe where they are able to dramatically restore cognitive recognition to people with dementia. And what they're doing is they're not using drugs anymore. What they're doing is they're using specific mineral waters. One from a volcano in France called Volvic water, Fuji water from the island of Fiji water, Wakakia from the island of Hawaii. And there are several others, but those are the prominent three. And what's happening is, because of the ionic silica in the water that occurs naturally, it goes through the blood barrier into the brain, and the aluminum is attaching to the ionic silica, and the body is flushing it through urine. And they did some tests on some patients just using this and an organic diet, okay, where they were sure that they weren't getting any more aluminum put back in their bodies. And they were able to lower the aluminum content in the body and in the brain from 50 to 70, by 50 to 70% in 13 weeks, restoring cognitive ability to some of their patients.
So silicon-rich water, silica-rich water.
Silica-rich water.
Wow, brilliant.
Startling, yeah, and you know, of course, the pharmaceutical companies aren't happy about that. You know.
Yeah, well, Volvic is quite that's quite available here in UK.
It is. It's very expensive here in the States.
Yeah, but yes, from France. So you know, you should be getting the Hawaiian water and stuff like that. Fantastic news. Thank you, Alex.
All part of the service.